Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbawa. Let's start with the latest news coming in from the quarters of the Ghana Football Association. It has to do with the appointment of a new coach for the Black Queens, and it's a Swedish tactician, Kim Lars Björk Kogrin, who has been appointed, and statement came. This was revealed in a statement that was issued by the Ghana Football Association earlier today. He's expected to take over from Nora Hoptel, who decided to part ways with the association following the expiration of his contract. We know Nora has now moved to Zambia to take over their women's national team. Now, the Swedish tactician Björn is Kim Lars Björkegren is the one who has been appointed. And just looking at his profile on the screen there, you see he emerged champion of the Swedish Women's League with Linkopins in 2017. Also coached in Cyprus, where he emerged champion of the first division. And in Cyprus, he was also awarded the best coach in 2020-2021 season. So had a great stint in Cyprus, where he was also managing a club there. His last club was managing Racing Louisville FC in the United States there. So he has had some very good experience as far as coaching is concerned. And he's coached the women's team and has also coached the men's team. So he appears to have some very good idea as far as coaching is concerned. Well, this is an excerpt of the Ghana Football Association's statement when they were announcing his appointment, and these are excerpts of it. And it does appear that this is one of the areas that the association focused or were impressed with, for which reason they decided to appoint him. And it says that Kim's philosophy of football is to play possessive, attacking, purposeful and entertaining football, utilizing the skills of his players in the best possible way. That's making him flexible and adaptable coach. Now, these are among the qualities that was considered. Also, the association stressed that he places a lot of emphasis on discipline, team organization, hard work, teamwork, dynamism and flexibility. And they say that this philosophy merges well with Ghana's football philosophy. Now, the association also reiterates that with his coaching experience in women's football, coupled with a background in education and sports psychology, Kim is viewed by the association as the ideal choice to take over the coaching reins of the Black Queens and lead them to some successes. So that appears to be what appealed to the Ghana Football Association, for which reason they decided to appoint the Swedish tactician. Now, my colleague Lawrence Beidou is our correspondent when it comes to women's football, and he joins me on the phone on this very developing story. Lawrence, thank you very much for making time. Just a quick one, though. Help us appreciate what is at stake for this new coach of the Black Queens. Which tournament does he have to prepare the Black Queens for? And how soon can he prepare the team for those tournaments?
Thank you very much, Musbawa. I think the very moment the year started, the tournament that everyone was looking forward to was the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, which the Black Stars have secured qualification for the very first. Were unable to represent at the last edition, which was the only one since 2018. So it's unfortunate that we had to lose Nora Hoptel at the time where everything looked set for the senior women's national team to be at the competition. So this Swedish head coach Björkegren comes in at a very good time for the national team. I mean, we are preparing for the WAFCON, which is in July this year. However, there are qualifiers to be played. I mean, the qualifiers for the we are yet to play the 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, but then there is also qualifiers that start for the next edition of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. So it's of international window, I think 2 or 3 before the Women's Africa Cup of Nations itself kicks off.
In terms of his itinerary, though, do you have any idea of his itinerary between now before these games do happen?
I think when it comes to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, as I said, the one after the 2025 edition, I think the Black Queens a bit of, a free window. It's up to them to put together a couple of friendlies for the team to be active. If you mention friendlies are one of the things that Nora Hopto complained about, because after qualifying the team to the Africa Cup of Nations, she only had the opportunity to play 3 games. Now it's up to the Ghana Football Association to prove that yes, left, and it's so for the next few months about finding international friendlies for the new head coach to prepare his team before the team starts actual preparations for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations.
Interesting. Lawrence, thank you very much. So, very important. The Black Queens have got a Women's African Cup of Nations tournament that is going to happen later this year. They've also got some qualifiers to play this year, and it does appear that those will be the assignment for the new head coach, and he will have to, get his team together, get the team to understand exactly what he wants from them, and possibly continue from where Nora Hopto left. Well, from the Black Queens, let's turn attention to the Black Stars now. And former Black Stars captain Stephen Appiah we understand, has been approached by the Football Association to serve on the reconstituted Black Stars Management Committee ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers in March. Now, GFA President Kerto Kreku, we understand, is leading the efforts to reconstitute the committee. And sources also indicate that 4 individuals are being considered for roles. Here is Joy Sports Muftar Nabila, who has been following this development closely.
The committee will comprise Stephen Appiah, a former captain of the Black Stars, who was earlier appointed on the management committee in February 2022, but did not show up for any meeting because he believed that his appointment was not properly done. However, it appears the former Fenerbahce midfielder is now ready to contribute to the development of the senior national team. Randy Abe, who is an executive council member, is expected to chair this committee with the chief executive officer of Samatek, Richard Giansentre, and the Greater Accra Regional Football Association chairman, Samuel Abuabri, all being part of the committee. It is unclear how many people will make up this committee. However, what Joy Sports has picked up is that these 4 people will be part of the committee. It is also believed that some members of the Ghana Football Association claim the lack of leadership direction of the Black Stars contributed to the failure of the senior national team to qualify to the next edition of the African Cup of Nations. Hence, the decision of the football governing body led by Kate Okreku to consider reconstituting another management committee of the Black Stars. Richard Gia in Central Pejoy Sports sources appears to have a bad blood with the Ghana Football Association following the decision of the football governing body to give Samatex $15,000 to participate in last year's CAF Champions League. The normal thing, which has always been done by the Ghana Football Association since the Kwesi Nyantakyi era, has always been giving clubs that are going to represent the country in the CAF Interclub competitions $30,000. And just last season, Midiama SC and Dreams FC were all given $30,000 each to participate in the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cups, respectively. However, the Ghana FA gave Samatex and Instructuman $15,000 each, which Mr. Century believed was quite unfair. Hence, he's still consulting on whether to accept the rule set from the management committee.
Now, meanwhile, on Sports Zone yesterday, sports analyst at Stream, Philip, intimated that there is no need for the reconstituting of the management committee, emphasizing that the association should focus on empowering the national team's department to handle the duties that the management committee is expected to take up. Well, let's listen to Sicho speaking on Sports Zone on Joy Prime.
The last management committee we had dissolved itself before the FA officially dissolved it. Yeah. We know the legend, Sami Kufuor, left the committee. Alhaji Drusa wasn't in the committee anymore. They didn't even replace him. In the end, we had about only 2 members still serving in that committee that the FA said they had set. So the point is, what is the real purpose of having the management committee, and why are we revisiting it again? I say that in 2025, there are far more better and effective ways of managing national teams than putting these members together to manage the national team. And you see, I think that people underrate what management can be. Management also comes with a lot of experience. So I think the FA needs to have a second look at how to manage national teams. And they have to do that with government. I'm looking at an FA that is going to tell us that they are going to create a national teams department, right? That can have its general manager and can have its staff working.
But they already have a national teams department.
No, that is not functioning. It's
it's headed by Alex Asante.
It's not functioning. It's not functioning. If you have a national teams management department, then you have no need for the management committee. It doesn't make any sense. So what's the job of the national teams? I'm looking at a national teams department that is going to take up everything the FA thinks this management committee takes charge of, right? Because when you're able to do that for a period of time, you have a lot of experience to learn from. You're not looking at necessarily disbanding it because you have a field tournament, you have a field AFCON qualified campaign, but people can learn from that based on the track record. But it's always a recycle at the FA. Dr. Laryea is here today. Tomorrow he might not be part of the team. Stephen Appiah has been around the team before as team manager. Now he's coming back. If that is.
In fact, another time he was a team coordinator. Later they put him on the management committee. He never attended a single meeting. And now it appears he's ready to serve.
He's back here again. I don't think that the whole management committee concept has really been positive around the Black Stars, and so we need to have a relook and a rethink about it. I can understand why the FA have gone with it. It's what they know. And we can't keep doing the same old things and expect that the feel around the team improves. I think we need to start looking at different ways of managing our national team, because as far as I'm concerned, the management committee thing doesn't work. And it's actually too expensive to also run it, because if they're going to go to a competition, come back and earn $100,000 for just being part of the committee, I don't think that is proper. And to be fair, the caliber of people they put in that committee and some of the job they claim that the committee does, they leave it till tournaments to do it. But it has to be a daily work. Managing a national team has to be a proper work that people put in to get it running. And it has to be across all our national teams, not just the Black Stars.
Well, Sicho there on why he believes the management committee needs to be scrapped as far as the Black Stars are concerned. Well, President of the Ghana Football Association, Kete Kreku, meanwhile, has filed to contest for a spot on the CAF Executive Committee. Now, committee elections is scheduled for March of this year, and Joy Sports can confirm that this became possible because the decision of the president of Niger Football Association, Jibril Hamidou, and who also doubles as the current WAFU Zone B representative on the CAF Executive Committee to vie for a position on the FIFA Council. Mr. Kete Kreku is therefore expected to run up unopposed for the seat and has since secured the unanimous backing of WAFU Zone B members to represent the bloc at CAF's highest decision-making table. Well, let's stay on CAF because they have confirmed the postponement of the CAF African Nations Championship 2025. Now, in a statement released earlier today, they announced that the tournament, which was originally scheduled for 1st February to 28th of February 2025, will now begin in August 2025. Now, for months, CAF had contemplated postponing the tournament following logistical and infrastructural setbacks. Now, with less than a month to the original start date, some of the facilities earmarked to host the tournament, including the Annan Stadium in Zanzibar City, Tanzania, are all still yet to be completed. However, CAF President Motepe expressed optimism that the facilities will be ready in August and has therefore urged all participating countries to act accordingly. And also to you for watching. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Do have a wonderful evening.